Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Bitcoin Analytica. This is your host, Joe Saz, and today we're going to be talking about some Bitcoin price action. Hope everyone's doing great and living happy. All right, we got a quick summary here. So we're just holding the line. We're just holding the line. We haven't had another breakdown, a nice little wick down here as we're starting to climb our way out. Um, this is actually looking pretty decent. This is looking pretty decent. Now, what does that mean right now to me? Uh, I think that this is all just going to happen over again if we get back to that range. I don't think we're getting up to 45, 46 to 48k and then continuing in an upward trajectory. I think at this point it's all exit liquidity trying to bail from their positions, dump bags of corn. And I do think that if we make our way back up, all that's going to happen is that we swing back down. So, let me just see here real quick. Alright. Yo, what's up, BP? How's it going? Okay, so I can see comments now. Alright, 50 pack was just sold. Pretty interesting. That's a big pack right there. That's a few million. Let's see here. 2 million? 2 million bucks? So that's a decent order right there. But yeah, I think whatever we're doing to set up for another grab at this high, I think is probably gonna fail. We'll have to see though. Scroll through some more shit. It looks like we filled that CME gap. 43, 675. There's a $15 CME gap there. I mean, I wouldn't lose sleep over that, but it is a gap. Alright. Supported off the 50-day moving average. Maybe that's why we're doing so well. A lot of people expect us to bounce here. Who knows? But we are being supported by the 50-day moving average. Things are looking pretty clean right now. We're pulling back into it. And this thing isn't really slicing up at a very accelerated pace. You know, over here I think it was a little bit more. You can see we pumped and then it started to neutralize some of that trajectory. And now we're even flattening. So this is an interesting moment here. We're on the daily. Yeah, we're really wrestling this 50-day moving average. I mean, I could see this thing probably again pop back up, but I think it would all just be for this to happen over again. I think if we were to pop back up, it would be a matter of days before we came all the way back down. Probably to start testing something like, you know, this intermediate term moving average, something a little more concrete. We've been running pretty far, pretty fast for a long time. So, yeah, I think we have something break us through that, and then if we do, then we're on to the next one. In this case, just over here, we broke through our 50, we went up, we grinded all the way sideways into it, wrestled with it, broke down violently. Supported by the intermediate, supported, kind of supported, not really. We closed the candle on it. Next day, we broke through, fell through the floor. Sat under the 200 for a while. I think that the market condition is a little different now than it was back then. So I'm not necessarily thinking of a test of the 200 or sitting down beneath it is part of our future right now, our let's say midterm future. But I do definitely think that the intermediate term moving average has that potential to get tested. No open positions on Solana, no open positions right now on tape. Let's see, what's up, two brain cells? That's nice, funny man. People are saying we're never going back below 30k. Bitcoin does have unimaginable moves. What do you think? I think anyone that's saying Bitcoin's never gonna do anything hasn't been in Bitcoin for long enough. If you're talking about price action and you're saying Bitcoin's never gonna go down to 30,000, I mean, what's your basis for that? What's the reason? You know, it's just because you're a bull, perma bull. Um, I mean, I can't say that there's a legitimate reason why we can't go down to 30K even before the halving. Why not, right? Bitcoin can go to 1K. You know, there could be a fucking Satoshi Nakamoto wakes up from a coma, hates the world, wants to build a fucking underground bunker, sells all his corn, and bam, that'll dump the market to $1. You know, 5% of all the fucking Bitcoins ever held. He sells on 5 exchanges simultaneously, the top 5 exchanges in the world. He'll still fucking crush the market. There's anything can happen, man. We've seen Bitcoin rip. Now, the probability of it going to 1 is really really low. The probability of going to 30,000, that's not unreasonable to say it's a probable outcome of the market. I mean, we're up at 43,000 right now. That's only 13K away. What happened on March, what was it? March 12th, 2020? Something like that. We had some bad news hit the market about the CME potentially shutting down the trading floor because of COVID. And we immediately went from something like 7,500 to 3,500. We crashed about 50%, a little bit more, right? So 50% from now, at let's say 50K, is 25K. If we're at 50K right now and we crash 50%, that's still below 30K. And we've seen Black Swan events nuke us in a matter of minutes, hours even, to 50% crash. You know, and that wasn't just a wick. I mean, the wick came back to in the 4,000s, maybe 4,200 or something like that. And we went sideways for probably 2-3 weeks, maybe a week, 2 weeks, and then we started climbing our way to the 5, 6, 7,000s. You know, and that took time. So I think anyone saying we're never going below 30K is just a hopium shiller and a fucking retard. Yeah, that's just stupid. There's no reason there's no strong claim for that to be something that you'd be willing to put your name behind. You know, it's definitely some bull porn FOMO shit. I probably muted Max Kaiser as much as I like the guy. I can't stand when people say fucking the bullish, the bulltard type shit that people like him say. Because what it does is it gets people emotional and buying, and then what happens if you get an inexperienced individual to buy emotionally at the wrong time, then they're gonna flip the fuck out, they're gonna sell, then they're gonna rage quit. So I don't like that stuff, man. I think that stuff is really stupid. I'm not a fan. I don't think that you should be saying when Bitcoin goes from 10,000 to $11,000 that we're going to $100,000. It makes no fucking sense. You shouldn't say that, you know. I guess you guys get my point. You get my point. You shouldn't say you're never doing this and this is how it's gonna play out, especially if you don't trade. If you don't trade and you don't have to deal with those fucking emotions and all the things that you need to get under control in order to be a good trader, then I think you just need to shut the fuck up. Yeah, what Taco Liquor says, Bitcoin it probably, it can surprise you, can always surprise you, but it will surprise you at least twice a year. At least 2 times a year, you're gonna get fucked. Even if you're a great trader, you're gonna get fucked at least twice a year. So, yeah, I mean, any of these people saying that they know what's going on, man, like to that degree, you know, of never happening this or never happening that. I mean, 30K, that's really reasonable. That's really reasonable from here. 25K is reasonable from here. 20K, not as reasonable, but still on the table to me, in my eyes. So, yeah, fucking crazy, man. I don't like when people say that shit. What it does, it just pisses me off. Because, again, like, and this is the thing. A lot of those people that say that types of shit aren't trading. They're probably just fucking sitting on an island somewhere, sipping a fucking coconut water out of a coconut. They're probably not trading. They probably don't know what it's like to fucking pass that information around. Like, think about how important it is to come up with a legitimate analysis when you're doing this stuff. Because and the reason why I bring this up is because think about how many people are still expecting $10,000 Bitcoin right now. sitting at 40K, and there's still people out there saying we're going to 10,000 or 15,000. You know, and think about how many followers that dude might have. You know, what he did was he got in the head and influenced the decision of an emotional individual and led them to their fucking death, man. Now you're buying back in 4x higher, 4.4x higher, 4.3x higher from 10K, right? If you sold with that expectation. So yeah, I think it's important. Never get caught up in any of that type of shit. That's my recommendation to you. So what other questions do we have, guys? Anything to do with price action? I mean, happy to answer whatever else. But let's see. The book is looking pretty stacked. I mean, I didn't mention this, but we did see it when I first signed in here. 1,000 pack at 44,000, 11 pack at 1100 pack at 45. Heavy pack to front of the book. No significant buyers stacked in here. We do have some robust liquidity that looks pretty organic, you know, pretty decent. But yo, this is looking powerful, man. These $1,000 sell walls shadow any of this, you know. They're fucking make these dudes look like pieces of shit. Fucking and this is what happens, guys. People pack the order book with sells. It creates a competition to sell. What ends up happening is that if I want to plant my order in the book right around here to dump some corn, and then you got someone front running my order, and then I move my order down to this guy, and then price moves down because other sellers realize that they're not going to be able to front run the book. What happens is the only way for you to dump your corn is to market sell, and then you have a like a cascade effect. You have a rock slide, you know, you have an avalanche there. What happens is you'll have a lot of people that are trying to sell their been trying to sell, probably trying to sell their Bitcoin in a limit order at a price where they set the condition, and the market isn't meeting that condition. In addition to that, a lot of other people are competing for that same exact price zone. So what you end up getting is a competition to sell, and then everyone pulls their limit orders, they fucking market sell, and you get crazy fucking wicks, you know. Let's see, BP, people lose their life savings because the influencers throw high numbers. Yeah, yeah, yep. I mean, I take this responsibility very seriously because I am a trader. I think it's important, you know, and I make my mistakes as a trader. It's important for me to share the life with you, you know. One of the worst things about trading is fucking being right and not doing what you said you were gonna do. It fucking sucks. You know, it happens to all of us. But it's like if I say Bitcoin's going to 100K, how much money do I have on that? So let's see here. Um, I didn't plan on doing a super long stream here, guys. Just wanted to give you a quick market update. Um, if you have any questions, happy to answer. But I'll give it another couple minutes here. Um, yeah. Up to 47. Alright, so yeah, it's 44 and 45 stacked heavy. You know what, we'll actually wrap this up, guys. Bitcoin's just going to be going sideways for a while. This sideways isn't bad. Sideways is actually pretty good. When we dip down low, you can see we get a slight dual band confluence. Probably the majority of the reason why we don't have it already is because the book is stacked so heavily with sellers, and I'm very worried about that competition to sell. Someone's definitely planted the market, planted seeds for something, and unless they pull their orders, we're gonna be fucked. So, yeah, can't think of much more, guys. Can't think of much more. um, what was I saying? Alright, so we're going sideways. We don't have our dual band confluence, likely because of these orders. These orders did chase the book down. You can see when we fell below 45k, it was fairly recent. So these guys had to chase the book down to see when the flip happened. It's been pretty tight ever since. Perps are pretty long. Um, yeah, BlackRock started talking about selling, newspaper articles and stuff, and that just screams exit liquidity to me yet again, right? Trying to get bigger people in. Sideways for now, that up or down. Um, look, it's tough to say. I would think, that it's sideways and up, and then it's probably a Bart Simpson back down. I mean, it's just very obvious to me that someone's trying to dump bags, and if these guys are trying to dump bags, then they're gonna get what they want. These guys are worth more than every one of these guys that we've ever seen in the order book. These guys have 1,000 Bitcoin, right? Maybe the same dude. They're worth more. Their abilities in the market are far more capable than everyone else's, even a group of a lot of everyone else's. So they want the market to crash. Do I think they can pull an order and price can fly back up a little bit? Yeah, I mean, look at this liquidity, 151 Bitcoin topside book. But we're talking pockets of 15, 20, in between that, on up. But look, there's no buyers. Buyers aren't fucking stepping up. Buyers don't have to do anything right now if they want to accumulate Bitcoin because sellers are doing all the work. So if buyers don't have to fucking compete to buy, then sellers are going to compete to sell. Or the market's going to go sideways, right? For the most part, it's going sideways where in a situation where sellers are probably competing to sell more so than buyers are competing to buy. So I would think it's sideways then up and then it's back down because that's what whoever is planted in the book wants. But it could be straight down. Right now I don't see any reason to really think that. I think we stay above 41k and I think we stay below 40k, 44k. For now, that's just the way it is. Unless this order pulls, that's the way it is. Brainwaves, hey Joe, long time. Yo, what's up, brother? Great to see you. I'm doing good. Chilling, chilling. Life is good. Fights are back on every Saturday. That's good. Got a good situation going on here. So yeah, much love to you all. Thank you so much for tuning in and the constant support from all of you. I truly love you all. Hope you guys are doing your push-ups and sit-ups and turning your shower water cold. And going out there and bending outside of your comfort zone, talking to a stranger, doing something nice for a random person. Just do good things with your lives, okay? Fucking end of the world is near, guys. Do some good shit. Alright, everyone. Much love to you all.